How's everybody doing? What's the deal? That, if you're not aware, was the amazing soundtrack, the first... it's what you would hear in the arcade if you just walk in and there's the intro to the game for Killer Instinct, the first game from the arcade. See, I'm only going to play like the best video game music possible. And it's sort of like a buffer to feel like it's an actual show. And I can use it. Because video game music is kosher. Unless you're talking about Disney. I just want to say something for a personal thing that it was speculated by some that I was drinking again, and that's false. No stumble. I tell you. And that's what I said to Shanny. I tell you. You know. Because it's too crazy. What I go through with it is so bad that I can't hide it. It's not hideable. So that's the fucking deal, and that's the way it is. And I did not stumble. I'm open with this shit. I always am. Alex Jones testimony full. I said that. We're starting with we're going part 1. This is what we're starting with.
No one's going to ask you if.
Okay, here we go. Kangaroo court. Absolute bullshit. I'm observing this for people to understand, because people don't. I don't know if nobody paid attention or what the hell the deal was. I was an interested party still. You know, my mind was messed pretty bad because of wet brain. I was still recovering at this time. But I could tell you that when I was watching this, I was like, wow, this is total bullshit. There's no way that this is an actual case. Alex was afforded all of the benefits of being a member of the media. And you get certain protections as members of the media because he is a real member of the media. He's a credentialed. InfoWars is credentialed. Journalistic credentialed. Credentialed. So Mr. Jones, like him or not, gets protections of the media that get protected in this country, which they should be. They must have freedom of speech. His speech was violated.
If the question's asked, you'll hear an objection, motion, and limine ruling, or something like that. You're not to mention the platforming. All right, so I would appreciate it if there is any concern that a question is going to elicit any of the testimony that I've just addressed with Mr. Jones, that we follow what Attorney Pattis says and just say something along the lines of objection, motion, and limine. All right, and sir, if there, and I assume there will be because there have been objections throughout the trial so far, but I'm sure your attorney has told you if someone makes such an objection, just don't answer it and deal with it. Okay? All right, can we get our jury now? They got here early, so I'd like to get started.
Please.
Okay.
That's the same cup, me and the judge. We have the show on the road here.
And while we're waiting to bring out the panel, as I try to remember to say every day, in accordance with judicial branch policy, only the specific individuals or entities who are authorized to record or photograph or video may do so. Anyone who does so without permission will have their device or devices confiscated and be removed from the courtroom.
Confiscation of devices.
And also, if you haven't already done so, turn off your Apple Watches and phones, or at least put them to vibrate. I've done that myself. Good morning. On this rainy day today, I think it's our first day of bad weather. Welcome back, everyone. Good morning. Ron, Sandy, got your notebooks. Please be seated, make yourselves comfortable. Counsel stipulate that the entire panel has returned.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, and Ron, I asked, and there were no notes with any jury conduct issues. And I'll just try to remind you every day, if and when something comes up, please make sure you follow that procedure. I want to thank you for your patience this morning. I know you were actually all here early, but we had some technical equipment issues that we had to deal with. But I guess it was a good day that you got your coffee machine in there. So I thought that might come in handy. You're very welcome. All right, Attorney Maddie, whenever you're ready, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hey, good morning. The plaintiff's called Alex Jones.
Very well. Mr. Jones? Just watch the chords in your step when you come up. Remain standing.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or sincerely affirm that the evidence you shall give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God or upon penalty of perjury.
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. Then I just need you to state your name, slowly spell your last name for the record and the town in which you live.
Starting with my last name?
Oh, just state your name and spell your last name for
Okay.
the record.
Alexander E. Jones, Jones.
And your town?
Austin, Texas.
So here's where we're getting the picture.
Oh, great, thank you. Thank you.
Just let Mr. Jones get situated.
Thanks.
All right, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, you're here pursuant to a subpoena today, is that correct?
Yes.
You were deposed in Connecticut earlier this year, and at that time, I arranged to have a subpoena served on you to assure that you would appear at this trial, correct?
I believe so.
And you could come to this courtroom at any time since we started if you wanted to, correct?
Yes.
In fact, you know where the courthouse is because you've given press conferences right outside this courthouse yesterday and the day before, correct?
Yes.
But this is the first time you've been in the courtroom, yes?
Yes.
It's the first time you've been under oath in this
Yes.
case, right? And you understand that the families that I represent brought this case against you about 4 years ago
Yes.
to seek justice from this jury for what you did to them, correct? You understand that's why we're here?
I understand they sued me, yes.
Right. And this is an important case. You understand that?
You know why it's a fucking important case? Because it's a clear case of assassinating a man's character and absolute putting false shit on a man that they couldn't fully control. And they took everything.
I mean, that's an opinion.
Okay. You don't think this is an important case? That's a yes or no, sir.
It's not, I don't really think it is a case. I don't think it is a case.
Okay. There's gonna be a lot of this today. And
Objection, Judge.
All right, so let's iron out the numbers now. And if you can answer the question with a yes or no, Mr. Jones, the answer is yes or no. If you don't know the answer, you can say you don't know the answer. And of course, if there's an objection, you just wait for me to remember the objection.
this is an important case, isn't it, Mr. Jones?
I think this is historic.
Okay. Mr. Jones, the judge just gave you an instruction.
Objection.
To answer the question.
Objection, turn to court.
So I'll
Should we do it again?
do this. So the question, Mr. Jones, is it an important case? And the answers that you can give are yes, no, or I don't know.
Yes.
You can understand why it would be very important to the families I represent, correct?
Yes.
But it's also important to you, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you've been using this case as a marketing opportunity over the past couple of weeks.
My
haven't you?
God.
No.
Mr. Jones, you created a new website on Infowars.com called Kangaroo Court, just so your followers can watch this case, haven't you?
It's exactly what it is. You're going to come after him for calling it a kangaroo court. It is. Anybody with eyes to see it, you know, it's obvious. No, you can't say that because you're going to harm the families again. How?
That's not a website.
What would you call a web page on Infowars.com?
It's a page.
Okay, page. Thank you for that correction. There's a web page on Infowars.com that you've titled Kangaroo Court so that your followers can watch what's happening here, right?
Yes, that's my opinion.
Okay. And why don't we pull up, actually, Exhibit 504. This is, just for the witness, please. Exhibit 504. There's a screen down there for Mr. Jones. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, is that the Kangaroo Court page that you've had up and running?
Yes.
Okay, I'd offer it, Your Honor.
No objection.
And you see here, you've been clipping testimony that's been happening in this courtroom over the last couple of weeks, haven't you?
I have not been clipping, no.
You don't do that yourself. You have your employees do that.
I'm not even directing it.
Oh, okay, so you didn't know that this was happening?
Objection. Argumentative.
Overruled.
No, I've not been there, and I don't direct most of the headlines.
They just know that this is what you want, right?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I'm not supposed to talk about the prior rulings.
Excuse me, sir.
So how do I answer why I think something's a kangaroo court if I'm not supposed to say why I think it is?
The question that I just asked you, sir, was whether you knew that your employees wanted to do this, whether they knew that you wanted them to do
You
this.
do my objection on speculation.
And it's the same ruling. Do you understand that question, sir, or do you want to think back or repeat it? Because I want to make sure you're answering the question.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they agree with me. That's why they put that headline up.
And right above there, as you're saying, watch highlights from the Alex Jones Sandy Hook Kangaroo Court hearings, you're running an ad for Brain Force Plus, right?
Yes.
Orders a day, right? This is what you're showing your audience. The next generation of advanced
So?
neural activation.
Oh, let's go after his supplements. What the fuck? I was getting X2 a lot. I turned Shanny on to X2 when she needed some energy to do work, and she was like, wow, that's pretty good. Nacine iodine, it gives you lots of energy. Alex's products are straight up real. Whatever you want to say. Like, oh, we're going to go after her. There's a Brain Force ad. Oh my God, how dare you, Alex?
And nootropics, is that right?
You fucking capitalist
How
pig.
much is that going for on InfoWarsStore.com right now with the sale?
I don't know.
And ever since this trial started, and you've been calling it a kangaroo court yourself, right?
Yes.
Right. And you've called this judge a tyrant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you actually use that word a lot with your audience. You call people tyrants, don't you?
Only when they act like it.
Okay.
I love that.
And one way that you've been
That was such a fucking manly bark. Mr. Jones, you call people tyrants a lot, don't you? Only when they act like it.
conveying to your audience that Judge Bellis has been acting like a tyrant is by showing her with lasers coming out of her eyes, right? You know you did that?
Emperor Palpatine.
I didn't direct that. First time I saw it was in court.
Oh, so you've been watching this?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Okay. You could have just watched from the stage.
Objection or amended.
But you've been broadcasting your show during this show, haven't you?
I have changed some of my show.
Let's pull up 477.
Is this full?
This should be in already.
It is full exhibit.
And what was it wrong, 477?
477, Your Honor.
This is the tyrant you've been telling your audience about, right?
Ooh. Ah ha
I'm
ha.
barred from saying why I said it. So
I didn't ask you why.
Oh,
This is the tyrant you've been telling your audience about, right?
I believe. I believe.
Sir?
So, Mr. Jones,
Yes.
look at me. Yes, no, I don't know.
I don't know
The answer is you don't know.
about that. I didn't make that.
This is the tyrant, pictured here, that you've been telling your audience about, right?
I thought you were asking me again about the image or about me believing this is tyrannical. Can you restate the question, please?
Sure. I'll restate it for the third time for you.
Okay.
Objections, any comments, move to strike.
This is,
And we have a motion to thank you.
You're a slave, Alex.
this picture right here, that's Judge Bellis, correct?
Yes.
Lasers coming out of her eyes, correct?
Yes.
That's who you've been referring to as a tyrant to your audience, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you refer to tyrants to your audience a lot, right?
Some.
Right. Tyrants are people who are going to oppress others and strip them of their freedoms, correct?
That's a common definition.
Right. And you've not just called Judge Bellis a tyrant, but you said that this whole thing, what's happening here, is part of a plot, isn't it?
Objection, motion to eliminate.
No, not the whole thing. I think the jury's real.
Eliminate.
So, can I have that question again?
Yeah, I think what I asked
Don't
Judge,
answer, go.
Thank you. What you've been telling your audience is that this whole thing is part of a plot, I believe is what I asked.
Objection, motion to eliminate. Politics.
That's a yes or no.
It's a yes.
This is called setting precedent in shutting down journalistic speech. How? By a civil suit. Wow. That is nefarious shit. They gathered these families together and said, that fucking guy on the radio, we're getting him. And boom, they got him. And it's wrong. This should be overturned and he should get his money back and his company back. Alex?
No, I don't know, sir.
I thought there was front. May we approach briefly?
Yes, sir.
He's going to talk about if this goes on and Hillary, this, that, and everything else. And I thought
Wow, this is really cool. We even get to listen to Sidebar. Wow, that's pretty wild. Let's hear Sidebar.
that politics, he thinks this is a plot orchestrated by, excuse me. This trial reflects the effort of tyrants to silence him, including George Soros, Hillary Clinton, and others. And by asking this question, the door is being opened. I said, yeah, that opens the door.
Wow. That was pretty powerful right there. If you're going to go a lot, excuse me, Mr. Lawyer for Sandy Hook families, I have to point something out to you. That if you're going to ask him this question, if he thinks this is a part of a bigger plot, that opens the door for him to talk about it. I'm pretty sure that's shut down really quick. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was exciting.
And it hasn't just, can you pull that back up?
I didn't hear the question.
I haven't asked one yet. It hasn't just been this way that you've been depicting the tyrant. Let me show you Exhibit 477. Is this 477? One moment. You also have displayed Judge Bellis engulfed in flames, haven't you, to your audience?
No, one of my crew made that. They make thousands of images.
Thousands.
Just 1 second. Is this a full exhibit?
No, it's not.
Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. I'd offer it.
No objection, Judge. I forgot the number.
461.
469?
1.
Thank you.
Do you have a bench copy?
And that's Judge Bellis on the right there, isn't it?
Yes.
Engulfed in flames. And
And that's it.
I didn't ask you the other person.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, that's another judge, right?
Objection, motion eliminated.
That's not what I was going to say.
Objection, motion
That's
eliminated.
another producer report. That's,
Mr. Jones, because your attorney stood up and objected, so remember.
I'll drop. You see, another person made this report.
Just remember that when there's an objection, just,
What?
yeah, that's good. Thank you.
yes, thank you.
Another, one of your employees made that, right? Greg Reese?
Yes, it's another producer, it's an independent producer, his report that was made that we later featured on the site. I first learned about it in the last court case. But yes, I think it's showing that Lady Liberty's being burned up by due process being erased.
And Mr. Jones, Greg Reese, are you saying he's not an employee of yours?
He's a, I believe he's a contractor now.
Okay, you pay him, yes?
Yes.
Okay. You pay him to create these video segments, right?
I mean,
Greg Reese reports.
he independently makes what he wants.
And you pay him for it?
Yes.
All right. And you paid him, you can take that down, you paid him to create a little mini documentary about Bill Aldenberg just this past week, didn't you?
I don't know who Bill Aldenberg is. Oh, he's the FBI guy, I remember now.
Yeah, so you paid him to make a little mini documentary featuring Bill Aldenberg, didn't you?
I think I saw a thumbnail for it. I don't believe I've watched it.
Mr. Jones, you aired it on your show, haven't you?
I have a filling crew. I've been here.
No, Mr. Jones. This was last week. You were in Austin last
Well,
week.
I don't watch the breaks, so
Okay, so what happens is when you're on your show, you go to break and they just show some video, and you have no knowledge of it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I watch a lot of it, but no, I go eat food. I go to the bathroom. I hadn't seen. I remember now seeing an article about it or something about it.
Well, this is, take a look at Exhibit 513, Mr. Jones. Just pull up Mr. Jones.
ID at this
513.
point, sir.
513.
ID at this point, sir.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yep, Mr. Jones, right in front of you.
Oh, it's-
That's it, right? That's a still shot from Greg Reese Reports,
Yes.
featuring Bill Aldenberg.
I don't remember this report, but I remember this fella. I don't know who he is. Never said his name until I saw him up there talking about me. And then I have seen this report posted. I haven't watched it.
Mr. Jones, you don't know if you ever said his name.
I'm sorry.
I've never said his name until
Know
now.
that.
Oh, okay. Show us.
Let's pull up Exhibit 50 before we get to that.
I mean, you mean recently?
There's no question, sir.
Good question. Exhibit 50, is that full or
It should be.
That is a full exhibit, Your Honor.
It is.
Mr. Jones, this has been introduced as a chart of all of the days for which you didn't produce any videos to us in which you talked about Sandy Hook. So let's start with April 8th, 2013. Did you say Bill Aldenberg's name on that day?
I don't believe so. I don't remember it. I don't believe so.
You don't know, do you?
I think I've said like two people's names.
You don't know whether you said Bill Aldenberg's name, do you?
From my memory, I'd never seen him before until he sued me.
So
He said
I'm
never
gonna ask
heard
my
me.
question again.
I'm sorry, until
I'm going to ask my question again. Why don't you scroll through this as we do? Is it your sworn testimony to this jury that you never said Bill Aldenberg's name on any of these days here? Do you know that?
I got a pretty good memory, and the first I heard of him from my memory was when he sued me. I mean, but this was over 10 years. I mean, that's my recollection. I have never heard about him. I'm like, who's this FBI guy added to the list?
So
Yeah.
let's just make it clear then. You said 10 years ago. We got October 4th, 2021. So I just want to know.
Oh, I mean, I talked about him recently.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Because you're here under oath. This is our chance.
Objection, Judge.
So I want-
Strike the commentary.
I want to know whether you can tell this jury under oath that you never said Bill Aldenberg's name. Yes or no?
Not until recently. I don't believe I ever said his name.
Yes or no?
Objection, he has
I
answered.
mean, I think I just said his name. I think I said his name recently. I can't remember.
Okay. What about before? Can you tell? Can you tell this jury?
I don't believe I ever did.
So you don't know, do you?
If you've got me saying it, please show me. Refresh
Well,
my
I'm
memory.
asking you.
No, it was news to me when he sued me. I didn't know who he
All right,
was.
Mr. Jones. Well, let's pull up 513. I'd offer you. I don't know if it's been formally admitted yet. This is the Greg Reese reports. I'd offer it.
I don't know whether the writings are going to run afoul. May I speak to Attorney Manning?
Absolutely.
Do you have it?
Do I need to review the writings in lieu of the court's prior rulings, Judge?
You
screen, no objection if there's no text accompanying it.
We'll offer it.
All right, well, let's see.
So this is your webpage, band.video, right?
Yes.
You ran this video last week. You see your Alex Jones Kangaroo Court. Watch day one, right?
My crew posted this.
Yeah. Mr. Jones, you own 100% of
Yes.
the systems, right? Okay, you're in charge, right?
I mean, yes, I'm just asking if I posted it. I didn't post it physically. I didn't make it.
Let's pull out that. And the title of the video is FBI sues Alex Jones to destroy First Amendment. That's the title, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know the FBI hasn't sued you. You know that, right?
I mean, I think that's a point of view. I actually agree with that.
Mr. Jones. Oh, you agree? The FBI is a plaintiff in this case that sued you here. That's what you want to tell this jury?
I mean, he's an FBI agent and he's up here in his capacity. And when he got asked,
Excuse me, Mr. Jones. I asked you whether it's your testimony that the FBI is a plaintiff in this case. Is that your testimony?
I mean, I think this is a deep state situation. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Jones, you understand what I'm asking.
Objection, move to strike the commentary in bed.
So how about if we just get an answer to the question? No, Mr. Jones, we're going to- the question is the FBI a plaintiff in this case? Yes, no, or I don't know?
I mean, I don't think officially they are.
But this is what you tell your audience here, right? Did you see any Bill Aldenberg's testimony?
Objection,
I did.
compound.
You did.
This is what you tell your audience. Did you see the testimony?
Sustained, so can we break the question down?
But that's what you told your audience.
Which one, Judge?
That the FBI had sued you, right?
No, that's the headline that another person made. But
And this video right here, I don't know if you can see it, just as of September 15th, had 190,000 views, didn't it?
yes,
And you said you watched Mr. Aldenberg's testimony?
I watched quite a bit.
You heard him describe the threats he had received.
Yes,
You heard him describe the harassment he had received.
yes,
You heard him describe years of feeling insecure as a result of the army that you sicked on him.
Objection, Judge, move to strike that.
Sustained.
If you-
I mean, he said I never said his name.
Jury
And then-
instructed,
Oh, yes.
disregard that.
So, Mr. Jones, your attorney objected.
Sorry.
No, let me finish. Okay. I sustained his objection and you answered it anyway. He won and you kept going. So just, why don't you take a break, drink a little water,
Okay.
take a breath. And just remember, when Attorney Pattis objects, just, I think your words were that you'd be quiet. And
Thank
then
you.
I'll rule.
You're right.
He won.
I'll slow down.
Okay, how's that, Attorney Pattis?
And then the jury is to formally disregard the comments of counsel.
So ordered.
And after all that, you still chose to put Bill Aldenberg's face up in front of
Objection.
your audience of
Fact,
hundreds of
not
minutes, correct?
Assumes that fact, not an evidence.
Overruled.
No, I did not direct Gregory's to make this, but I think it's a good report.
Okay. So when you did become aware of it, you didn't take it down, did you?
No, I stand by the report,
Very good.
even though I don't watch it.
Just wait for the next question, sir, please.
So after Bill Aldenberg and after Judge Bellis, who's next, Mr. Jones?
Objection.
Sustained.
I mean, I guess if somebody's on national TV, oh, I'm sorry.
Again, no, Mr. Thomas. Again, no, we haven't objected. And I sustained his, he won, and you still answered.
Okay, I'm not hearing him.
Can you be louder? I never thought I would say this, Attorney Pattis.
Yes, Judge, I can be louder. How's that?
The little secret is I have serious hearing damage.
Okay, so,
And I need to get hearing aids soon, so.
so your client cannot hear. So,
Sorry, I'm serious, I can't hear you anymore.
So let's pull up just for the witness. Exhibit 512.
one more time.
512. Take a look at the screen next to you. That's the landing page for band.video, your video page, right?
Yes.
I'll bring it on.
May I have 1 moment, Judge?
Take your time.
No objection.
All right, that's a full exhibit.
So if anybody goes to your band.video page right now, first thing they can do is buy high quality storable food from you because it's back in stock, yes?
Yes.
Objection to the form, they can do many things first.
Overruled.
And then they can go to your Alex Jones Kangaroo Court Watch channel there, right?
Yes.
Okay. They can go ahead and click on the video that you gave yesterday outside this.
I'm just trusting that you're smart enough to see that this is all attempted character assassination and bullshit. I'm in observation mode, so I'm just going to let it keep going.
Courthouse while Eric Laverty was testifying, right?
I don't know that.
That's not you yesterday?
I didn't know that.
Objection, compound video,
Overruled.
that's fine.
That's you yesterday, right?
Yes.
You gave that press conference, what about 2 o'clock?
I don't understand the question.
You don't understand the
Yes, I give a press conference.
Yeah, it was around 2 o'clock, right?
I believe so.
You know who was testifying at that time?
No.
Okay.
I was called here by you at 2. and then you said you didn't need me.
No, you will not, sir. So maybe you want to talk to your lawyer about that.
Objection to the colloquy and move to strike, Judge. I'm not in the case.
All right, so, Mr. Jones, I think you offered testimony, there's no question pending, so it's best not to do that, okay?
Judge, may we approach briefly sidebar?
I'm
I'm
not
not
allowed to
ask
go on.
relief from the court based on a problem.
I'll see counsel on the sidebar.
We were warned about contempt. He's trying to put me in the case with these snide comments, and I don't think you should tolerate it.
Mr. Jones said something that was not true about when he was here.
I cannot.
Because what he said wasn't true. You want to say something?
No, I want you to admonish counsel. I am not in the case. I'm not going to be put in the case. I'll get on the stand.
Let's not put attorney facts in the case, but you want to say anything to the jury about which of the process should not.
I'd welcome you to say that what he just said was not accurate.
I don't know.
I didn't tell him here to.
Here's the deal. At one point early in the day, he said, I made him available to you. Early in the day, you alerted me. I don't know when I got to him. I just don't know. I did know that I asked him, Chris, please be fair. Just let's just move
Breaking news, Chantal got a cat that looks exactly like Gavin. Wow, big surprise.
on. I just don't want to snipe. I want the sniping directed at me.
You can pull that back up. And then now here is Greg Reese. That's your contractor?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody come to this band.video page, they got to go up top of the Alex Jones show. They can see anything they want there, right? Of your shows.
Yes.
You got the War Room with Owen Schroyer. He's the guy who comes on after you, right?
Yes.
American Journal. That's the gentleman who comes on before you. Those are your 3 live broadcasts each day, yes?
Yes, Chris.
Okay. You can back out of that.
I tend to run a pretty formal courtroom, Mr. Jones, which is why I call you Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
So, Attorney Mary, Attorney Thomas.
Attorney Matty.
You've been telling your audience, Mr. Jones, this week and last, that this is a kangaroo court, that Judge Bellis is a tyrant. This is part of a plot. Because you don't want your audience to know what's really happening here. Isn't that correct?
Objection, motion eliminating opening a door.
I don't think I'm opening it all the
All
time.
right, so I think you can answer that question, sir, but just remember the issues that are off limits.
Because your credibility, sir, is the most important thing with your audience, isn't it?
How do I answer a question, Your Honor, that I've been barred from answering under orders of the court?
All right, so the question is, your credibility is the most important thing to you. Is that a question that
It's the
you
most
would...
important thing with your
No,
audience. right?
my most important-
No, okay, no. Your credibility is not your most important thing.
It's crushing
Okay.
the globalist.
Crushing globalists. And you tell your audience that they need to keep letting you crush those globalists for the sake of their own families, right?
Objection, Judge. Motion eliminating door opening.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I
I'm
don't
going
think
to
that there's...
excuse the jury at this point for 5 minutes so that we can work out this issue, okay? So just be patient with us as we've been all along.
The scolding is about to happen, I guess. The scolding by the judge.
Maybe the way you said, oh, sorry. Maybe the way you excuse me.
He's a party.
I think he's got a right to be here.
Alex is like, folks, this woman is a fucking demon. I'm telling you right now. I was sitting on that stand and I was looking in that woman's eyes. There's nothing there. That woman's a demon. That's why I stand by those reports. She's a demon.
So, I'm not sure I understand. Attorney Pettis might be right, and I just may not be getting it. So why don't we explore it a little bit? And just,
My objection was.
well, I want to get the question again and the line of questioning and see what the concern is.
I recall it, Judge. If you want to hear that.
No, okay.
Attorney Manny inquired of Mr. Jones whether his credibility was his most important attribute. He said it wasn't. Then Mr. Jones offered crushing the globalist was, which was non-responsive. However, Mr. Manny adopted the non-responsive answer in his next question when he asked about crushing the globalists. Mr. Jones would testify that he believes that this trial was part of a plot to silence him funded by the names I'm prohibited to utter in the jury's presence, and we've had extended argument about that. So I'm simply alerting the court that, in my view, if we're going to...
Don't you even think about bringing up Soros in the court? Don't you even think about bringing up Hillary Clinton in the court? No, you can't even utter their names. Wow.
have a consistent law of the case, and Attorney Manny is going to adopt that comment in his questioning, that's opening a door that I will seek to walk through. And so that the purpose of the objection was to alert the court and counsel of that.
So we don't, Attorney Matty, we don't want to inject politics into this. So what do you suggest?
Nobody's injecting politics in this. What I'm trying to get at, the question I was just about to ask.
Politics is already injected in it.
Tells his audience that they need him to crush.
The effort to get Jones in court to take his money was bankrolled by liberal anti-gun lobby deals. This was political from the start. The judge wants to say we don't want to bring politics into it. It was politics from the start, ma'am.
Crush the globalists to support their families. I'm not getting into whatever he's talking about his plots in his court. What I'm getting into is the general approach he takes, which is to monetize his audience's fears and pain and misery.
You don't get to take half an answer and adopt the one part you like and ignore the part you don't. And I think there's a way to ask that without opening the door.
There's nothing about Mr. Jones' relationship with his audience that has anything to do with responding to this lawsuit.
Judge, if he's going to question my client's motives for wanting to crush the globalists,
That's a positive claim.
That's what he's all about.
Is there perhaps evidence to support what was said? That this is an op against Alex to shut him up? I think there's probably evidence.
Right in the center of this case. And you may recall one of the questions I asked Clint Watts. Do you know whether Mr. Jones, use this term, gins the anger of the public up or is responding to an anger that's already there? Watts didn't know. Mr. Jones, whatever you may think of him in his conduct in Sandy Hook, has beliefs about the globalists. To question those motives about him, I think will entitle me as a matter of right to respond in my rehabilitation of him.
And bring up what topics, though?
Who are these globalists? You were just, you were told that you were publishing 512 and 513 as part of an effort to rile up your audience to make a buck. You've denied that. What are you really doing? Are you trying, who are these globalists? Why do you think this trial is part of an effort to sign? Who is the tyrant? Why do you think the judge has behaved tyrannically? Nobody may like the answers he gives in this courtroom, but they're his answers. And if Attorney Madden is going to call his credibility into question on these, I think I have a right to inquire about his beliefs. And I think that the court's been pretty firm with me in the last 3-4 days about where I can and can't go. And the record is clear. I think I tried to ask questions within the scope of the exhibits the plaintiffs offer. They always offer something and then say, you can't use it for the purposes of defense. We can only use it as
I understand your point. So if you're going to ask Mr. Jones about the globalists, Attorney Titus wants to elicit testimony about who the globalists are, then that apparently would violate.
I don't know if it violated. What I just
Well,
asked Mr. Jones.
I think that I accept Attorney Titus's representation that it would.
Okay, well,
Is that my understanding what you're saying, Attorney Titus?
Well, obviously I'd have to get your permission to inquire, but I believe that this is opening the doors.
If you accept Attorney Titus's view here, then pretty much any question I ask Mr. Jones about what he does, Attorney Titus is going to say it opens the door. So I don't think me asking him whether or not he's making money from saying this opens the door to this, whatever it is.
Here's the problem with that. That's not the question you asked, Mr. And the record is quite clear. Mr. Jones was asked a question about whether his credibility was the most important thing. He denied it and then gratuitously offered that crushing the globalists was. Counsel had two options at that point. It could have moved to strike that answer as non-responsive and then gone on to the question he just asked. You're just here to make a buck. But he didn't. He adopted the answer, opening the door as part of a pattern in this case to use the motions in limine here as a sword rather than a shield. And we're entitled to swordsmanship as well, and we will engage in it.
So I think that you can inquire about
Some effective counsel, finally.
monetizing his audience and making money, but I think that you have to steer clear of eliciting testimony that opens the door to his testifying as to who the globalists are.
Oh, you don't want to hear that. You don't want testimony in open court about talking about the globalists and how they want to absolutely eviscerate the population. You don't want that in open court. No, we can't talk about that.
Do you need a minute?
No, I'm ready.
Yes. Okay.
You know, Mom, I'm real sorry that I put my hand in the cookie jar. You know, Dad had the milk and he brought the milk home, and I just really wanted a cookie. And well, now I know I'm in court here, and I got all this going on and all this. And Mom, I just want you to know, I really repent to Jesus for taking that cookie.
Doing my mental count to 9. All right, the record will reflect the entire panel has returned. Please be seated. We all thank you for your continued patience. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, since this trial started September 13th, it's day 7. How much money has Free Speech Systems made?
I haven't kept track of it.
You haven't been getting daily text messages with the sales numbers?
No.
Why would he?
Your testimonies in the last week, nobody sent you any text messages or the communications with the daily sales?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Would you mind checking your phone at the break?
Objection.
Don't have my phone with me.
Okay. Well, when you get a chance.
Objection.
You normally get...
There's an objection.
Relevance?
I couldn't hear.
Objection, that's not proper.
ongoing discovery application.
Well, if that is the case, Attorney Titus, I'm sure you'll deal with it in the break. So we can move on.
You normally get daily sales reports, right?
Sometimes I do.
Tim Fruget sent you those?
No.
Tim Fruget sent you those back in 2019.
Objection. Relevance. You're made money. Holy shit. I have a media organization, and I sell health products and t-shirts and books and videos. Yeah, I make money. Holy shit.
19 and 2020.
Yes, that's when he was employed, yes.
Right. Now he is an affiliate with you, right? He helps run this website called...
Oh, I can't the media make money? Holy shit. Well, then take that up with Fox News and fucking MSNBC and all the rest of them making money.
Free World.
Selling ad time. You're going to demonize a local guy, a littler guy, not the big money. He's bigger than all the networks because people trust Alex over the big networks. But his net worth isn't $1 trillion, like, you know.
Outlet.com?
Yes.
And you have a financial interest in that, don't you?
I think it buys products from us.
Excuse me?
Buys products from us and sells them.
It buys products from you. You make money that way. Mm-hmm. And then they sell products on that website, right?
Yes.
And that's Tim Fruget, your former business director, right?
Yes.
And you set him up financially to do that, yes?
I don't believe so, no.
You don't recall testifying in your deposition, sir, that you funded Free World Outlet initially to get him off the ground?
Can you refresh me with that?
Objection. Relevance. Your Honor, sidebar. Okay, sidebar. Listen, what the fuck is this? Are we going to demonize the man for making money? It's a capitalist society. He can make money. It doesn't matter if he's a media organization. He can make money as a business. Relevance. His counsel is ineffective.
Testimony?
I'm asking you right now, do you recall that?
I don't remember. Free World Outlet's a very small site. I'm not really paying attention to it.
Okay. Did you tell the corporate rep about that, freeworldoutlet.com?
I don't remember.
Okay. Who was the corporate rep, by the way?
Brittany.
Objection, which one?
Every single one of these questions is objection, relevance. You're talking about Alex Jones making money. How is this relevant in any way to defamation on the Sandy Hook families? Zero relevance.
When? Timing.
The one who testified here.
Brittany Paz.
And so Tim Fruget, who now helps run freeworldoutlet.com, he used to give you daily sales reports, yes?
Sometimes, yes.
Who does it now?
I've not been getting those reports.
Okay, well, who does it when you do them?
I can go in and I can pull up the reports myself, but I've not been doing that because we don't.
Mr. Jones, the question is who's doing it now when you do get them?
Well, I'm not allowed.
Does anybody send you?
Objection, he's trying to answer, Judge.
I'm not allowed under the judge's order to tell you about what happened to my company.
That's not true, Mr. Jones. What I'm asking you is who sends you daily sales reports?
He's answered, he asked and answered several
I
times.
didn't get the answer, so can you say it again? So who would-
Okay, you're telling me to answer the question.
All right, so, well, I'm
You want to talk about badgering the fucking witness. I'm sorry, Alex, your counsel was ineffective. I was glad to see him finally stand up for Alex in some way and say, look, if you're going to want to talk to him about motivations of this trial itself, it opens the door to talking about everything. Clinton, Soros, the money that's behind the Sandy Hook family suit, that would all come out, and it would be clear that this was all coordinated to take him down for something he was not guilty of.
I'm going to excuse the jury again. You're going to get your exercise today for those of you who wear Fitbits. So just put your pads down and you'll follow along.
Alex, there's no way. With this smug fucking attorney, that's just, it's so disrespecting every single breath I take. I don't know how he was so well-mannered and fucking patient. Nonsense questions, and there's no counsel on his side saying, hey, bullshit question.
I think he's following the rules here. I think he was probably going to say one of the bankruptcy.
That's the bankruptcy people are in control of it.
Who sent you the daily sales report?
Objection, objection, objection.
All right, so
They've taken it.
Objection.
Well, that was nice and loud. So
That calls for the identity of a person.
no. So in fairness to Mr. Jones, he could have said whatever the lingo is for a bankruptcy. What were you going to say?
Yes, until yesterday, the CRO, the bankruptcy's in full control of everything.
So
And they,
That's not responsive to my question.
Objection.
no.
because I can't say,
So the question.
Oh my God.
You asked who sent in the daily.
Oh, sorry.
Gets the daily sales reports now, and if
Can you tell me what in the name of Jesus Christ the court wants from him? The judge is even saying, I think he's playing by the rules here. He's trying to keep what he's saying okay within the bounds of testimony, because he's not supposed to talk about this receivership of InfoWars. And this cocksucker attorney keeps pushing and trying to make him say things that are outside the purview of questioning. The judge is not. This judge should be stopping this right now. Go to sidebar and say to the attorney here that's representing the families, what bullshit do you think you're trying to pull here? I know that you have a massive heart-on to take on Alex Jones, because everybody knows that he's a conspiracy theorist and a person that that's summarily just a non-human entity anymore. So we're going to take him apart. Ineffective counsel plus a judge that's letting him just be bloodlet.
the answer was the bankruptcy person, then he knows he's not supposed to say that.
I said, who sends you daily sales
And
reports?
he said no one does. When he gets them, he gets them from the bankruptcy people.
I don't think he said no.
He said no
That is
one
correct.
every
All
time.
right, so what do you propose to do? Because he's following
Move
the
on.
rules. Okay. Well done.
If he's getting earnings reports now, it would only be through the bankruptcy receivership that he would get earnings reports, because it's not his anymore. He's not the CEO, you could say. He's no longer the operating CEO because it's in receivership. And that's why I think there's a muzzle on his mouth about it, because it's not his anymore to speak on.
Thank you.
All right, so why don't we get the panel? I think it's a good thing we brought the coffee pot today.
Yeah, a lot of coffee for this shit.
Can the jury be informed that that was an appropriate break because there was concern about compliance with the court order?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, I can't. No. This cocksucking attorney can be as aggressive and assholey and push his version of what it is. What the is in the situation is, he dictates reality. It's ridiculous bullshit. Alex was not able to put on any kind of effective counsel for himself. He was muzzled and was not able to speak in the way that he could have on this issue. And when I say this issue, I say the entirety of the New World Order, because if it were in his purview, he would have liked to have his attorney take him down a line of questioning where he just exposes a lot of shit right in court. So then that could lead to, after the fact, event charges on people like Hillary Clinton, for example, with the Benghazi insanity. Okay? She let Stevens die. Straight up. Cold. All right? Closest person to Hillary and Bill Clinton at the time of Clinton being a governor of Arkansas said that he was talking to Hillary Clinton. He said, you know, Hillary, you should go to this rally and say you love Jesus. And she snapped her head back at him and she said, you know I can't say that name. She's a demon. This is a man that was not allowed to explain how he's innocent. If you ask me, it's as simple as saying, First Amendment. This civil suit violates Mr. Jones' First Amendment. Dismissed. Case closed, over. A lot of this had to do with the 1984 tactic in the book 1984. They have a picture of a man named O'Brien, and he's the guy. No, sorry, it's a Jewish name, not O'Brien. O'Brien is the MK Ultra programmer guy. It's like Finkelstein or some name like that, and they put this picture up on the screen and go hate, 10 minutes hate. That's what they're doing with Jones. They put his picture up like this. They're not asking any questions. He's just sitting there and looking confused and tired and done. And it's just hate him. That's what this is. Here comes the jury.
Alrighty, welcome back. Get your seats and everything comfortable. So I hope you don't think we're, please be seated. I hope you don't think we're being impolite. We have issues to discuss, and it's so much easier to have you all get up and go your own than us trying to all set up somewhere else. So just bear with us.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, I'm going to shift gears a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Do you agree with me that your reputation is very important to you?
Objection to the form, Judge.
Overruled.
No, I don't agree.
Do you agree that protecting your identity from lies and falsehoods about you is something that you care about?
I care about freedom.
That was my question. So my question was, do you agree that protecting your identity, your own identity, from people lying about you, spreading falsehoods about you, that's important to you, isn't it?
It's a yes or a no. Or a
Yes.
I mean, that's just a human thing, isn't it? Nobody wants to be lied about, right?
No.
And particularly about the core things that make them who they are, right?
Yes.
And you have those things in your life. Your family, yes.
Yes.
Your work,
Yes.
your relationships with your loved ones, right?
Yes.
The lessons you learned as a young person about how to be in the world, yes.
Yes.
All of these things that go into who you are as a person, right?
Yes.
And you would never want to be maligned or lied about those things that are core to you, correct?
Yes, but I have been plenty.
You haven't, and that's been hurtful, isn't it?
World isn't an easy place. When people become political figures, they get in their arena.
You know what? I think that was probably what you were just trying to do there, was to suggest.
Objection.
Sustained, and as I told the jury, and I know you're probably sick of hearing it from me, but this case is not about politics, okay? To hearing the damages.
It actually is, ma'am.
That my client.
Oh my God, I hate that. That's because that's so blatant that they got it right that they made this woman an Emperor Palpatine witch. Okay? I want the jury to remember that this case isn't about politics. Yes, ma'am, it is. It's about the most fundamental right, one of them, that we have in this country, which is called the freedom of the press. And you, ma'am, facilitated the violation of Alex Jones's First Amendment. Sue Alex, sue this judge if possible. There's a clear case that this man's freedom of speech rights under the First Amendment in press were violated by this lawsuit. It should have been dismissed.
These families deserve what they got because they stepped into the arena. Is that what you're saying?
Objection, argumentative.
No.
That's not what you're
But I'm saying when you get.
That's not what you're saying.
But,
Just wait for.
So, what I'm trying to get at, though, Mr. Jones, is that these things that are core to who you are, core to anybody, is they're lied about and defamed. Even just to a small group of people, that can be very hurtful, can't it?
yes.
And although you've been critical of this court and the judicial system, you yourself have sought protection in the courts when people have lied about you, haven't you?
Why wouldn't he?
I mean, I have before.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? Oh, once again, objection, Your Honor, relevance. Mr. Jones, you have filed certain defamation-type lawsuits, have you not? Wow, yeah, I'm a public figure, and people have said some really crazy shit about me. Some of them, a couple of them, were serious enough for me to bring suit, because that's my right.
In fact, during this very lawsuit, you yourself have brought a lawsuit against others who you claim had defamed you, correct?
Good.
Talking about the Young Turks.
Yeah. You did that, right?
Yes.
Can we bring up Exhibit 434 for Mr. Jones, please?
Fuller ID.
It's ID, Your Honor.
134.
Motion to eliminate politics.
434.
Motion to eliminate politics.
Why don't I take a look at it first? Sure. Okay, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones was asked about this in his deposition, Your Honor.
Doesn't matter, Judge.
Eye roll.
How many pages is this?
Right, so 9 pages, I believe. There's an exhibit on that, which is attached.
Your Honor, I would like to enter into evidence exhibit number 37, proof that Alex Jones is absolutely Bill Hicks. Mr. Jones, it's true that you were at Waco on the week following Waco. You shot video out in Waco, am I correct? And then they pull up the video of Bill Hicks from HBO at the outside of Waco covering it. And they go, see, this is you, Mr. Jones, isn't it, in your prior life as Bill Hicks? And this is incredible information that people need to know. Okay? I'd like it solidly known in evidence that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. All right, let's continue.
I can give you my copy, just if you
No,
want to.
I don't want to take your copy. Just give me a minute. You have to keep Ron on his toes.
Oh, I guess so.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of yourself. This man should be in his command center out in Texas fighting for freedom. For you too, Judge. He's actually fighting for freedom for you, Judge. And attorney. No, he has to be in a kangaroo courtroom, a bunch of bullshit about nothing.
Can I see counsel on the sidebar, please?
We got a sidebar.
I don't know.
He's going to talk about why he sued the Young Turks, and he believes that they're part of another political conspiracy. I mean, the problem with this fellow, everything is part of a conspiracy.
Oh, the super conspiracy. See, even his counsel is sighing. And he's going to go, but see, wait. Alex is going to tie the Young Turks into the conspiracy, so that's going to open the door too. It's quite a net. I don't agree on TYT at all. I don't believe they're an op. Maybe Soros has given them money over time or something, maybe. But I really think Cenk Uygur is actually very much the same as Alex Jones. They just have different opinions, obviously, views, and goals. You know, I think. I like anybody that thinks outside the box, and Cenk Uygur is definitely somebody that's outside the box, and I'd be willing to vote for Cenk. I like Anna too. Anna's very cool. Tough chick, man. I wouldn't mind having a gig with Turks. I'd love that, actually, like, because I am like a progressive at this point. I think there's no way I could identify with the conservative movement of what it's become. There's no chance of that. But in my heart, I'm a conservative. But what the party or that ideological group now is not me at all. So I would identify with progressives the most at this point. So you could call me a TYT person. I enjoy their content and I watch them. So I'm on board. But Alex is he's gonna just be he should have the opportunity to talk about this. He should. If you're gonna grill him on money and how he's making money and money, everything's about the money. Why? To prove he has money to give them money, and then they give him a judgment of over $1 billion, which is bogus. They destroyed his life for nothing. Let's violate someone's First Amendment, and then they have to pay $1 billion to people that weren't harmed at all. It's insane.
To show his knowledge of the images.
Let me correct that. I won't say they weren't harmed at all. I'll say that the people that were responsible for the harming have not been brought to justice. The people that should have been sued or the action done on them were the people that were part of Alex's audience or otherwise that harassed these families. That's who you go after. No, you went after the big shark because you're not only getting a big payout because Jones has money, you're also knocking off one of the most iconic alternative media personality in history, Alexander Emmett Jones. That's it. You want to know the motivation? You got it.
Are another media organization. They're a media
Right.
organization. That's it.
They're competing people who he thinks got co-opted as part of a conspiracy against him.
But look, that to me isn't the politics, and beyond that, that's not relevant for the purpose.
But you don't get to, my position is, Judge, the plaintiffs don't get to choose the purpose without opening. They can't say, well, we get to hurt, but you can't help your own client. It doesn't work that way. In the same way that many of the exhibits they've offered contain the very figures whose names I'm prohibited from mentioning.
I understand. I'm using it, and so.
Well, I don't know if you're using it according to the rule.
I'd ask you, this opens the door to anything beyond the issues that I'm asking.
I'm going to ask him. I'll ask him why he sued the Young Turks, and then they're going to have to live with that answer.
And is it going to violate my order?
It might.
But you don't know. It might not. I don't know.
If he answers truthfully, he will talk.
I apologize about this audio. I'm trying to balance it nice so that it's nice and audible and you can hear it well, but it's not too overbearing. So I hope it's okay. Apologies.
About them being part of having been co-opted by a political opponent. Yes.
Based on what?
It doesn't have it's his understanding. Well, I mean, my contention, Judge, is that the plaintiffs do not get to open a door and then say, you can't look inside the room. And so there are ways to do this without opening that door. But if they're going to open it, we're going to walk.
How do you do it?
You've sued, you know about damages. No, so if the contention is, you've sued, you know how people can sue for defamation. You sued for another correct. He acknowledged he did. You're seeking damages, you have money damages for your reputation. That's because you believe that's an appropriate thing to do. Isn't that right? I think that's what they're trying to get.
It's nothing political.
Can I order this piece of the record, Judge?
I'm going to ask the questions about it, and we can argue about what doors.
Well, no, I'm objecting.
Along those lines, he doesn't open the door.
I don't want to talk about politics with this guy at all. I'm going to ask him about his lawsuit and his claim that he was with Okay, well,
Judge, I think they do so at their peril.
Fine.
Do you hear the absolute utter disrespect and disregard that this attorney for the families has for Jones? The judge is totally negligent. She should be reprimanding this attorney. Listen, this man deserves some respect. He came here on his own volition. He should be living his life, but you should treat this man with a little bit of respect. I don't want to talk politics with this guy.
That offer, Your Honor?
Sidebar.
So that is on the record, so we have the record and it will be admitted over objection.
So before we pull it up, let's just give the jury a little back. So you brought this lawsuit against an individual named Brianna Wu, correct?
Yes.
An individual named Andrew Kimmel, yes?
Yes.
And an entity called the Young Turks LLC, correct?
Yes.
And you brought that lawsuit in September of 2019, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So about a year and a half after this lawsuit had been filed.
Yes.
And
Objection. Relevance. Objection. Relevance. I would literally be doing that for all of the questioning. Because none of this is relevant to the core matter, defamation on Sandy Hook families. There is no relevance to this whatsoever in any of this questioning.
Do you know who Brianna Wu is?
It was people online, so-called journalists, saying,
I just asked you about Brianna Wu. So
I don't remember who she is now.
You don't remember who she is, thank you. Do you remember who Andrew Kimmel is?
Not really.
Okay. But you sued them.
I mean, yes.
Okay. And the Young Turks LLC, am I correct that that's a media organization?
Yes.
Okay. And you brought this lawsuit because you claimed that these people had spread a lie about you, right?
Objection, motion eliminated.
I brought the lawsuit to get him to retract and stop saying it.
But what you wanted...
It wasn't money.
Well, we'll get into that. But what you wanted was you sued them because you believed they had spread a lie about you, correct?
Yes, it was directly connected to this case.
Correct. So let's get into that. So what happened was, back in 2019, you were required to produce some documents to the plaintiffs in this case, correct?
And I did.
Okay. And among the documents that you gave to your lawyers and that your lawyers produced to us were some emails, correct?
Yes. I
And
think 200,000.
so, sir, really, you just have to answer my
Sorry.
question. All right.
Objection to the
So,
comments.
excuse me. So if anyone, either of you need any help with any witness not answering the questions I have that you're asked, ask me to do it. That's my job. I like to do my job. I'm not bad at my job. I know you know what I'm going to say. Go here.
Just
Ma'am, I beg to differ. Because you're having a situation here where you have a hostile fucking attorney the whole time with Jones in the witness stand. And ma'am, you are being very, we're just going to let Jones be stomped on. Anybody with eyes and ears sees and hears this.
Yeah, or I don't. Okay, just answer, sir.
And
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm speaking.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Just look at me. Just yes, no, I will talk. Okay.
Your lawyers, you gave your lawyers some emails to send to us, and they sent them, right?
Yes.
And attached to some of those emails were images of child pornography, correct?
Yes.
And the FBI was alerted about this, right?
Yes.
And the FBI concluded that while those emails were in your organization's possession, they had been sent to your organization from outside, correct?
Yes.
And that there wasn't any evidence that you or anybody in your organization had opened them, correct?
Yes.
In other words, that although they had been sent to us, that had been done inadvertently, correct?
Yes.
And when you were advised of this, you were upset, yes?
Yes.
And so you went on the air, correct?
Yes.
And you blamed my office for having planted it, correct?
No.
Mr. Jones, do you want to see the video, sir?
Go ahead and roll it.
Would you like me to?
I mean, if you want to.
This is a bad one. I remember this happening too, folks. Drop a little CP in your inbox, and then all of a sudden you're a criminal when you had nothing to do with it. They just drop it in. Whoa, what is this, Mr. Jones? I never seen the email in my life. I sent you 250,000 emails. Do you think I looked at every single fucking email? I'm glad you found it. You gonna track down the fucking disgusting freaks that are putting the content out that was in the links? You gonna put them on trial? No, you'll question me about having the links that were sent from the outside. Why don't you trace those links?
You offered $1 million to have my head on a pike.
No, objection, that mischaracterizes it. May we approach?
I don't think we need to. That's
Yeah, I
nice.
do.
So,
Oh, this attorney is the biggest fucking drama queen possible. Mr. Jones, didn't you say that you wanted to have my head on a pike? Excuse me. We're gonna now bring up rhetorical device, of course. Alex's face is perfect there. You see Alex's face? Give me a fucking break. This guy. What a drama queen. He means rhetorically, sir, and you know that. Let's virtue signal. You know? Oh my God, how dare Jones be male? Huh? No. We gotta castrate males in the country. Because we just gotta do that for the betterment of society, you know? What I'll call bullshit. You ready? I'll call bullshit again. I call bullshit. You wanna know why I call bullshit again? Yeah, because this is bullshit. I'm really happy I'm doing this and just covering every bit of it because it's so clear. Holy shit. This was Kangaroo. This was dismissed day one. But this judge goes, no, we're going to do it to Jones.
Come on.
He didn't. Yes, right there.
Yeah.
He was never charged with a
judge has
crime.
seen the video.
You've seen the video, and he said he talked about his suspicions about Mr. Manning, but he never said. He said he'd offer $1 million for the person who did it. He had suspicions about him. To suggest as an officer of the court, otherwise, excuse me, to suggest otherwise as an officer of the court, I'm asking for a curative instruction and admonishment of counsel.
Video.
I was sitting there. I don't
Can
need
you
to.
ask? So I'm not going to give a curative instruction. I'm not going to admonish. Can you ask me in a different way?
Well, he hasn't answered it.
Right. So
So he can
before
say
it's
no,
objected
yes.
to. So can you ask it in a different way?
He can say no if he wants, and I can impeach him.
Can you ask it in a different way?
I
Then?
will ask it in a different way.
So then I'll sustain the objection and then
Thank you.
try to ask it.
And Attorney, we're due for a break anytime between now and the next 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it up to
Great.
you as to when
Yep.
is a good point.
Thank you. Yep. So, Mr. Jones, when you found out about this, you went on your show, right?
Yes.
And you held my picture up to your audience, yes?
You have to refresh my memory.
Oh, Mr. Jones, you know you did that. don't
Objection.
Overruled.
You know you did that.
No, I believe you conflated your picture of being on the pile of stuff, and me saying it was a reward to find out who did it. So how's there a reward if we don't?
Mr. Jones, the question was, you held my picture up, and I'm not sure I got your answer. Was it yes, no, or I don't know?
Or you don't recall?
I don't recall. I don't recall.
Do you recall pounding on my picture?
I pound my desk all the time. It was a pile of papers. I remember that.
Okay, all right. And the reason I'm doing this is because when you went on the air and did all that,
Alex is definitely a frequent desk pounder. He is. There's no lying there, for sure. Okay? There's been serious desk pounding during Alex Jones' broadcasts.
people found out that there was this issue about your company having sent child pornography to my office, correct? That's how people found out about it.
Well, you're not going to be clear that someone sent it to me?
No. I think we've established it.
No, you're getting it set up for clips, though. I know what you're doing.
Mr. Jones, really, I think it's established, and nobody contests that you had nothing to do with that child pornography. Okay, let's make that clear.
No, you guys found it.
Correct. We found it because it was sent to us, right?
It was hidden, embedded, and then you guys found it. Really good job.
So, Mr. Jones.
I don't know what's part.
No. No commentary.
Gosh, yeah.
Answer the question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want from him? He's putting it in context. You can't do that, Jones, because we're going to take this and twist it to our narrative. Hence, we have InfoWars having CP in their inbox. That's a headline and a half, isn't it? Yep. And I remember people buying it saying, see, Alex is just like the evil ones. He's into CP. It's disgusting defamation of character.
But when you went on the air, that's how it became public that there was this whole issue that child pornography had been sent from your company to my law office, correct?
Objection, Judge. That calls for speculation. That we made one evidence.
None of this should be valid line of questioning. As a matter of fact, I don't believe that this attorney for the Sandy Hook families has asked one relevant question to Alex Jones. In this entire testimony, I'm 1 hour and 6 minutes in. Not a single relevant question to the question at hand, which is what? How is Alex Jones guilty of defamation on the Sandy Hook families? He is not guilty.
I don't remember.
All right. But in any event, once it became public, you claimed that Brianna Wu and Andrew Kimmel and the Young Turks had lied about you having sent it, correct?
They said more than that, if I remember.
Right, and you alleged that in your complaint, right?
Yes.
And that was deeply harmful to you, that they had lied about the fact that you had sent child pornography, right?
People still say it all the time. Or,
It's a terrible thing to be accused of, correct?
yeah, but they quit saying it, so I dropped the suit.
And they were spreading to all over the internet this lie about you, that you had sent child pornography, correct?
Purposefully, that was the issue.
And that's why you brought this lawsuit, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, this would be a fine time for a break.
All right, so we will take our morning recess now, 15 minutes. I know you're probably saying to yourself, why do we need another recess? We just got up and down, but our staff has been here, and we've been working the whole entire time, and so I'm required to give them a break. So you'll continue to obey the rules of your conduct. We're on 15 minutes, puts us at what time? I turned my Apple Watch off so much that I can't even find the clock. 12, let's say 12:10, okay? So we'll take a recess.
Wow.
All right, we're ready for our panel. Mr. Judge, you want to come up here, sir? I'm going to need a minute once he brings the panel in because I left mine.
You're welcome to mine, Judge.
Just makes me extremely sad seeing him in this position. It's not right what was done to him. It's just wrong what was done to him. And there's nothing you can do in this position when you're in court. There's nothing you can do.
All right, the counsel stipulate the entire panel has returned.
I do.
Please be seated. Just give me 1 moment. On my desk, it says, day 7, week 2, in the upper right hand. Thanks, sir. Just bear with me for a moment, Mr. Perez, getting my notes that I left in my chambers. Thank you, Mr. Ferraro. This is where I clean your shop. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, turn it on.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, before the break, we were talking about this lawsuit that you brought, right? Remember
Yes.
that? Okay. And again, this lawsuit was brought against Mrs. Wu, Mr. Kimmel, and the Young Turks LLC for them stating online that you had sent child pornography to the plaintiffs in this case, correct?
They said more than that.
Okay. But was that the gist of it?
No.
Tell me what you sued them for.
I mean, they said that I intentionally did it and that I was, horrible. They said a bunch of stuff. It was a lot of different program shows.
Okay.
And we,
Okay. But the gist of the lie here was that you had sent child pornography to the plaintiffs in this case, yes?
yes, not that it had been sent to me unopened, then discovered by you and discovery sent to you.
They left that part out, correct?
I don't remember now.
Okay. But that would have been important context for them to provide an accurate account of what happened here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And they didn't do that.
Yes.
Right. And as a result of those statements, you claimed that this had resulted in viral spread of this lie about you, correct?
Yes.
The Young Turks had a Twitter account. They posted it to that, correct?
They have a popular television show that's also on television.
That's it. Get him. Jones is a pedophile. Unbelievable. No history of behavior like that, anything like that. Nope. Look, we got him. They get to air it. Jones has CP. That's it. Disgusting.
And the issue was I just
asked you about the Twitter account, sir. So let's just go one step at a time. I mean,
Okay.
the concern you had was that this lie about you was spreading online, correct?
yes.
In a viral way, right?
Yes.
And what you meant by that was that it was taking off online, correct?
Yes.
And reaching a wide audience, yes?
Yes.
And the more people who come into contact with this, as you called it, one of the worst smears that can be spread about anyone, the more people that came in contact with that, the more damage was being done to you, correct?
I mean, I think that's fair to say.
And because the more people who see this, the more people who believe it, right?
Well, I don't know they're going to believe it.
That's the concern, right?
Yes.
Because if people believe, especially a large number of people who encounter this lie on the internet, that you possess child pornography, that would be a horrible, horrible stain on your reputation as an individual, correct?
I think it's 20 years in prison, too.
Correct. They accused you of a felony, didn't they?
Yes.
And not only just any felony. I mean, assault is a felony, but this is a particular kind of felony, possessing child pornography, right?
And distributing it.
And distributing it. And it's the type of allegation that would provoke a lot of anger in people who if they were to believe that about you, right?
Yes.
And might provoke people to even want to confront you about it, right?
Objection calls for speculation. Will I occur?
I think you testified earlier that you have come across people who have accused you of this, right?
It's still ongoing.
Right. And if that happens, obviously there are certain measures you need to take to try and protect yourself from people who may need to do you harm as a result of this, right?
And when they stop saying it, we drop the suit. We just want to stop saying it.
But I'm just saying, when people believe something horrible like this, that you're a child pornographer, that could lead to people who believe it to hate you, right?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I mean, I think that's fair to say.
And if they really believed it and they really hated you, you might have a few people come after you, right?
Objection speculative.
Overruled.
Well, like the police.
That's one, right? But what about people who are just out there and unhinged, thinking, Alex Jones, child pornographer, next time I see him, boy? That's a concern, right? It's a reasonable concern.
I understand where this questioning is going. It's well, this is what you did to the Sandy Hook family, is because you had your audience believing that it was fake and everything, and certain info warriors, I call them disgusting human beings, went out and pushed these parents. It's in some cases. That's not Alex's fault. If you want to take the case-by-case basis where people did this, sue them, take them to court. This guy didn't do any of that.
And they name my name. I didn't name most of these people's names.
Yeah, I'm not asking about that, right? I know you might kind of see where I'm going with
Objection.
that.
I do.
Strike.
Let's move on to the next question.
And as a result of that concern, you yourself have taken measures to protect you and your family, correct?
We have to have more security as a Sandy Hook thing, actually, than that.
You got security guards in the courtroom right now, don't you?
Yeah.
These two gentlemen over here in the black jackets, that's part of your security team?
Yes.
They follow you everywhere you go, right?
Yes, not due to the fake child porn, but due to this.
You've had a security team for a long time, haven't you?
That's the main. I mean, you're asking.
I'm just asking you.
Objection.
You had a security team for a long time?
Doors.
It's a yes or no, whether he's had a security team for.
Why? Objection.
4 years since the Sandy Hook suits.
And this gentleman here on the right, that's Tim Enwell, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, he's your head of security?
Yes.
And they walk around with your pieces, right? So they can communicate with one another?
I don't know they have those.
You flew up here on a private jet, is that right?
A charter plane.
Charter plane, okay. And so one of the reasons you do that is because you travel commercial. You don't hear anyone into, right?
Since this case, yes.
Okay.
Since the Texas case, it's
Just really want to.
bad.
It's not a big point here, but you are under oath, and so I just want to ask you.
Objection, Judge, again.
So let's just get.
Is it your
the next
testimony,
question.
Objection that we
that you never
Sorry,
charged?
just 1 second. Sidebar, please.
I'm gonna get this. I don't want to interrupt it. So what do you suggest? So you're talking. I know, just that is the term. Can we just, can we start?
I objected to this instruction of counsel, which is the role of the court. You're going to say it.
So if you have, you just, I don't want to interject myself more than that. If you're not, just ask me. And I'm happy to do it.
Yep.
So just as a gentle reminder, Mr. Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
just try to listen to the questions I asked. If there's an objection, we'll stop, and then, yes or no, or I don't know, right or wrong, okay?
Is it your sworn testimony that you've never chartered a private jet before this lawsuit, sir?
Yes.
Never. Before 2018, had you chartered a private jet? Sure you want to say that?
Yes.
All right. So in the financials that you turned over to us, we won't see any expenses prior to 2018 for any private chartered air travel, correct?
You said a jet. I mean, I think we rented Cessnas for aerial news shows at the border. One time, me and my wife and my children were in Canada. We rented a seaplane that flew us for a couple hours up to a place to eat. But other than that, I've never known. Not till now. Not till this.
Okay. So your testimony is that prior to this lawsuit, you actually did fly on charter planes, correct?
No, you said a jet.
I'm sorry. If I was confusing you with the word jet.
With a hot air balloon count, I have also rented those a few times in my
Okay,
life.
let's,
No, that's not what I was referring to. But
I have rented.
all right, so,
Sorry, go ahead.
just wait for questions, no question.
just see if you can answer this yes or no, sir. Prior to this lawsuit, you had paid for chartered private air travel, correct?
Yes, not jets.
And in addition to the security team that you have and your private air travel arrangements, I take it that you have security systems at your homes, correct?
Sure.
And obviously at your office, you have pretty extensive security at the Informer's offices.
Yes.
So with this lawsuit, why don't we bring up
Last little bit here, and when this question's done, I'm going to cut it here, and we're going to pick it up later with another video.
we bring up paragraph 7 on page 3.
Has it been admitted, Judge?
I did offer it.
I don't know the doors open.
I think you voted the sideline.
Which number?
424.
424?
34.
It was objected to?
44.
Yes, 434 was made a full exhibit about 45 minutes ago.
So let's go look at paragraph 7 with my critique, please. Okay. And this is a complaint that one of your lawyers, Robert Barnes, drafted on your behalf, correct?
Yes.
It was filed in a lawsuit to commence this lawsuit against these people.
Yes.
And one of the claims you made was that on June 17, 2019, at 9:44 p.m., the Young Turks by and through St. Uyghur, that's somebody associated with that group, yes? St. Uyghur, it's a person associated with the Young
Yes.
Turks, published on his Twitter account, quote, Alex Jones sent child porn to Sandy Hook parents. See Exhibit 1, the Young Turks Twitter account. And then said the same headline made the Young Turks video page, where it still stands today. And so there was a tweet, right? And there was a headline associated on their video page, according to this paragraph, correct?
I believe so.
All right. And if you go further down, you say here that they hold themselves out as, quote, serious journalists with millions of followers across multiple social media platforms and the biggest media network on YouTube that is completely monetized by YouTube, et cetera, correct?
Yes.
And the point of that is to show that these people who you claim lied about you had a significant platform that could result in significant harm to you, yes?
Yes, and we weren't allowed to respond back because we weren't on that platform.
Okay. So, I'm just striking.
Sustained.
So, you then go down further, and let's go to paragraph 12. One of the things that we're bringing this case for was something called defamation per se, right? In a claim for defamation per se, the words are so obviously hurtful that they require no proof that they caused injury in order for them to be actionable. Accusing a professional of deliberately sending child pornography to opposing attorneys is a serious felony, raises no questions as to its negative effect on your professional reputation, right?
Yes, they said my name.
Yeah, right. The idea is that this type of allegation is so hurtful that just the fact that it was made shows that there was damage done, right?
I'm not a lawyer, but under law, if you say the name, you have to say the next person's name.
Yeah. You're not a lawyer, are you?
But
Right. So you're not, right?
no.
Okay. And when you did this, you attached as proof. Oh, let's go to page 6. Yeah, page 6. And at the end of it, after you made these allegations, you said, "Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully prays for judgment against the defendants in a sum to be determined by a jury." Right? Did I read that correctly?
Yes.
And as proof of the harm that you suffered as a result of this, you included an exhibit. And let's go to Exhibit 8. I'm sorry, page 8. This is Exhibit 1. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
So, sorry to interrupt, counsel, but you're referring to an exhibit that's part of this exhibit.
Yes, thank you. There was an Exhibit 1 attached to the complaint. Thank you.
That was around to see the board here.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Um,
Well,
yeah, I'm not going to use it just yet.
Let me just get situated.
And as you see here, this is the tweet that was so concerning to you, right? And there's a video associated with it, obviously not here on the program.
No, it was what they said in the video where they said I was going to jail and I did it on purpose and a bunch of other incredible stuff.
I'm going to start that on. What you included in support of your lawsuit was this, yes?
Yes, an image of the video so you can see the video.
And the headline was Alex Jones sent child porn to Sandy Hook parents, correct?
Yes.
Now, as a technical matter, your agents did send child pornography to the Sandy Hook families. As a technical matter, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And down here, if you look at the bottom, how many retweets did this tweet have? You might have it in front of you, sir, if that's easier.
20.
20. And how many likes?
37.
Okay. And then over here, this 132, those are comments, yes?
I don't know.
You don't remember that? Okay.
The issue is the video, not...
I can ask you any questions, sir. All right, you can take that down. So there were 20 retweets and 37 likes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to put TYT, that's Young Turks, right?
Yes.
So there were 20 retweets.
Do you need Mr. Jones to see that board? Because I'm not sure he can. Can you see that board?
I can see it.
Oh, never mind.
A little
Can you
bit.
see it?
A little bit.
And 37 likes, right?
Yes.
Now, you said you've been watching some of this trial, right?
Yes.
You know that Clint Watts testified here earlier this week, correct?
Yes.
And did you hear his testimony that at a minimum, your lies about Sandy Hook reached 550 million just on social media alone. Did you recall that testimony?
Yes.
That's a yes or no?
Yes, I recall it.
You recall it.
Preposterous.
He poisons the well, the attorney. Your lies on Sandy Hook got 500 and some million, it's 530 million likes across social media. Folks, you're dealing with straight up, we're going to take you out because you're not one of us. Jones got too big for his britches making money, and they took him out. But I think we're getting the real Alex back over time, so praise Jesus for that. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one soon. Peace, Marinah.